Ready?
Yes, sir.
Great day 4. Man, just beautiful weather again. Thank the good Lord for that. Kids really responded today, getting acclimated. Second day in pads. Got some installation of red zone. Really spent a lot of time talking about that last night as a football team, what it means to be in the high red, the low red, how to attack that offensively and defensively, and how to counterattack it. And I really think our kids are taking the next step as far as situational football and understanding that. And just proud of how we're working and how we're growing. And got a long way to go, but we got pieces to work with, and they're really, really fun to coach. So with that, I'll open it up.
I know you're not real big on talking about true freshmen, especially this early, but I mean, can you talk about Chris Jones and Jezelowski?
Yeah, so I'll start with Jezelowski first. I mean, he's going to play. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, he's going to start in some packages unless something changes quick. I mean, he's as dynamic of an early true freshman as I've ever had. Just comes from great family. His grandparents, Earl and Lizette Stevens, were coming from tremendous athletes. His uncle, Andy Stevens, held the state record in touchdown passes in a season at one point in the late 80s. Todd Sandroni, he's kin to him, the great Todd Sandroni. Yes, I mean, he's kin to all the Ashleys and Inglemore that won all those basketball. So, like, his bloodlines are just phenomenal. And you can see it, man. He's just a competitor and a winner. His daddy was a pro hockey player. So he's got it. Whatever it is, he's got it. Chris is coming along too, extremely physical, really good football player, really physical, puts so much into it. He's just got some older guys in front of him that have played so much football, but man, he's pushing them. He had a great opportunity today with Trey Pinckney, a little overheated and dehydrated, and I can't wait to watch the film and see how he took advantage of it today, but I know he did. He puts everything into it.
I wanted to ask you about Armandus and just getting a player back like that. I asked Clay yesterday, but can you talk about how he kind of came to Southern Miss, and then I feel like he's a player who kind of flies under the radar. Yeah,
he's just another one of them D linemen, Dima, that has played a bunch of snaps at such a high level. Dominant player in 2022 for us. Had a chance to be an elite player last year before the injury. He's from Wayne County. He's a Cooley from Wayne County. His uncle played here. Travis, one of the great old linemen in this school's history, played in the NFL. He went to Mississippi State. Same deal. Wants to be loved, wants to have a relationship with his coaches. He's a college graduate. I just love Cooley, man. I love what he stands for. I love his family. And he's Southern Miss all the way. He's going to have a really good year.
And he's real physical on that.
You better believe it. He's strong when he gets in big paws on you, man. And he's explosive. Yeah. He's got great twitch, great ability, and good football player.
You talking about red zone earlier. Kind of just expand on that and what, maybe are there some tweaks or things that you guys are trying to emphasize in the red zone to get better in that?
Yeah, that's one of the things I think with me just being the head coach that can filter throughout, as opposed to, we talk as how to win a football game as a whole unit. And we spent a lot of time on that last night, defensively if we're in the red zone. The field is twice as wide as it is long once you get to the 16-yard line. That's extremely difficult for the offense. Well, the defense has got to use that to their strengths. There's some calls on defense that you wouldn't call right there because you're already at an advantage. Offensively, you got to understand right there, the closer you get, the more the field shrinks, the harder it is for you. Scrambling at quarterback is so much more important right there. If you look at, I bet 95% of all Tom Brady's scrambles were in the low red zone throughout his career because a throwaway down there is not good unless, you don't want to turn it over. But a 1-yard scramble going from the 5-yard line to the 4-yard line is a significant amount of movement. Whereas out in the middle of the field, it's not that big a deal. So just teaching how the situation changes, and I think our kids are grasping that. I think that's kind of the next step because we know how to play. We got so many people that know how to play college football now. So it's kind of like we've gone from math to college algebra. Now we're getting into a little bit of calculus. But you have to build that foundation. That's the advantage of being in year 4.
Can you get a little bit on how Tate threw the ball today?
Man, he's throwing it, ain't he? Golly, was the seam ball to Kyron Heath sticks out. Give me another one. He had several today.
He had the fade ball, got shut down on the left and rolls back right and finds the guy in the back of the end zone.
That's right. Yeah, that's right on the scramble in the red zone. Unbelievable play. Yeah, he's had 2 really good days in a row. Like the kid, like his competitive nature, like his belief in everybody around him. He's becoming a kid that kind of, our kids gravitate to. Of course, Ethan and John are that way as well.
Larry Simmons today.
Yeah.
I felt like every play he was just open, and he was there for his quarterback.
He's been one of the highlights of camp so far. Unbelievable day one, really good day two. Day three, the ball just didn't find him quite as much, but he did good. And then again today, it found him. But you can tell he's healthy again. He looks like Moss Point Larry. That's what I tell him, man. You look like Moss Point Larry again. You know, and we got his confidence back. We've kind of got his swag back. Desmond Lindsay's done a phenomenal job, and I think Larry is poised to have a nice season. I really do.
Talk about Braxton Myers a little bit at that corner spot.
Yeah, so we moved Braxton to safety for two reasons. We wanted him to learn it, because the more we can do with you, the more we can do with you. So we did that through the summer. We moved him back to boundary corner. He's got extreme physicality for a corner, which is an asset at boundary corner. He brings a little more physicalness to the deal. Will he play corner forever or safety? I'm not ready to make that statement yet, but he's a kid that's learning both because he can do both. And really gives us another super talented former 4-star recruit right there, to go with Michael Caraway at that spot. And excited about Braxton. Another great bloodlines, right? Michael Myers, okay, from Vicksburg, played in the NFL 10 years as his daddy. Jason Myers, me and Coach Reg played with his uncle at Murray State. Just great bloodlines.
Do you think that moving practice an hour earlier today was helpful?
What do you think?
For me, it was.
Well, hey, if it was helpful for you, I promise it was helpful for everybody. No, it was great. It was great. It was a great move. As all Southern Miss fans will attest, I don't make a lot of good decisions, but that was a good one.
Can you speak a little bit to Ethan? He looks a lot more comfortable in the pocket, and the ball's coming out a little quicker and a little more accurate.
I thought he was dynamic today. You get in the red zone, you see his speed. He looks fast, and he's really understanding the passing game more. And I've been really pleased with him through 4 days. I think he's going to be a factor. I think him and Tate are pushing each other, and I love what Coach Long is doing with both of them.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks, Mark.
Appreciate it,
guys.